Okay, so the movie is about this boy man
genius.
named Will Hunting, who's a janitor at prestigious college. Insert prestigious college. It's Boston, so it's probably MIT.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm going to say MIT. And I'm going to look very briefly, and yeah, it's MIT. He's brilliant. He's really good at things because he's an orphan.
Yeah.
And he grew up with a bunch of guys, never got adopted.
Yeah.
And they basically all live with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who said being an orphan?
Sometimes you're an orphan genius.
Yeah. Well, the purpose is that he never really got close to anybody because he couldn't really trust anybody to get close to. And so he pushes all good relationships away and instead reads a lot and absorbs a lot of information really quickly, and is just like a genius at math. Just a genius at math. But he gets in a lot of trouble because he had a troubled past and gets in fights and stuff. And so he, on his parole, he had to get a job, and he got a job as a janitor at MIT.
Yeah.
Because that's just how that happened. And I'm not really I don't think it's necessary to go into the details of like the play-by-play, because that's like the play-by-play just tells you all that information basically, right?
Yeah.
He goes and hangs out with his friends, and they end up getting in a fight with some dudes because they gave him trouble before. And in the middle of the fight, the cops show up and he punches a cop.
Not a great
Not
idea.
a great start, no. And has a court hearing for that because he's on parole, so he's gotta deal with that. And before that, he's at the job, and it's after hours at MIT.
Yeah, they're dropping hints that he's smart. He represents himself.
Yeah. Well, they haven't gotten to that yet. The thing that happens first is that one of the professors at MIT is like, anybody who can prove this, basically, like, it gets a job for life. So if somebody can solve this, that would be crazy and impossible. So you'd be a genius. And Will, after hours, is cleaning up, and he sees it, and he's like, "Yeah, I like the challenge." And she's just sitting there scribbling it out. Finishes it and walks away. And the students come back the next day, and they're like, "So who did it? Who solved it?" And the professor's like, "What do you mean, who solved it? Nobody solved it." And then he goes back and goes back to class the next day, where the class is packed, and he's like, "I'm sure all of you are not here for my lecture, and so we'll just get this over with. Whoever did it, step forward," and nobody does.
Yeah.
And then he hears whispers that a janitor did it. And he's like, "What do you mean a janitor did it?" So he goes and starts looking for... Oh, no, that's not what happened. It's not whispers at all. He sees Will outside of his class writing on a whiteboard after hours on a different thing. Yeah. And he goes, "Hey, what are you doing? Get away from that." And Will runs away and tells him to go.
That's for not janitors. You're messing things up.
Fuck himself. It's just like a crazy exchange. So he knows it's a janitor, and so he goes and talks to the dude, and is like, "I need to know the janitor who worked in my hall." And he goes, "I don't know what hall you work in." He goes, "I am this professor such and such, and I need to know who worked here." And he said, "Well, I'm not at liberty to give out names." They go, "Oh, well, what can you tell me?" And he goes, "I can give you his parole officer's number." It's this parole officer? Like, yeah. And then we go to him representing himself in court, where he's, "Yes, ma'am?"
Yeah?
"Okay, yeah, get over here. Millie wants to come hang out and talk to Jarvis. Go over here. Come on. Get up here." Millie did watch Good Will Hunting with me, so she'll have some good input, I'm sure. Millie, what did you like about Good Will Hunting? I want you guys to all know, and anybody who's been to my house will know this, Millie does not like people. Millie loves Jarvis. Even when we were out of town, Millie snapped at Jarvis a little bit because she was scared, but ultimately, like the next time you came in, immediately fine again.
Yeah, she knows I give pets freely.
Yeah, so it's
generously.
It's nice. Yeah, and he will just sit here and pet her, and she loves that, and she knows it. Wow. There's your thumbnail, Jarvis.
There it is.
And so Will, even though he does a decent job of representing himself, the judge is like, look, man, you punched a cop. You're already on parole. Regardless of how you try to defend this, you're like, I can't just let it slide. So the professor, whose name I don't remember, and I'm not going to care, it's a Skarsgård. It's actually the Skarsgård.
Yeah.
The one who has the other ones. Yeah. And so he talks to the judge and he bails Will out and he goes, look, you're really smart. You're wicked smart. Like the other,
very good.
thank you. I'm going to bail you out on the grounds that you have to come and work with me and do math.
Also, you have to see a therapist.
And you also have to see a therapist. And he goes, I don't need to see a therapist. There's nothing wrong with me. And then we get a long tirade of him going through very smart, very good therapists and just basically blackmailing them into not working with him.
It made me think of What About Bob?
It did feel very What About Bob?
Because the first therapist was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna send him to you. So he goes through the first therapist because he's just, I think he's like just making fun of him.
Yeah,
He's
just making fun of him.
and then he does that to like
Two
at least
other
two,
ones, yeah.
at least 2 or 3 people,
Yeah.
and then Mr. Skarsgård.
Yeah, calls in the big guns, which is actually the small guns to him, which is Robin Williams, who's a professor at some small college.
Who is a great actor and a comedian, just like Bob was.
Just like Bob was.
Because he was played
Bill
by
Murray.
Bill Murray.
That's right. It all comes together. You want to know something
They're all
crazy? I
connected.
did learn in the process of watching these last few movies. The writer for What About Bob is also the writer for
Good Will Hunting.
Dead Poet Society.
Oh.
Another Robin Williams movie. Isn't that crazy? That's they're so drastically different.
Yeah.
Which I thought was nuts. In between these times, Will does hang out with his buddies at a bar, like a campus bar for MIT.
Yeah.
Where Ben Affleck gets in a little bit of a verbal tussle with some college kid who thinks he's super smart.
He gets in a little bit intellectually over his head.
Yeah, while he's trying to impress a girl.
Yeah. I mean, as guys do.
And the girl is not impressed, but Ben Affleck does kind of get shut down. And Will comes across the bar and just berates this guy. It's you think you're so... It's basically the verbal equivalent of like, oh, you think you're smart? You tell me this, and then you're going to quote this.
he 8-miled him. He
did 8 mile.
He was like
straight up 8-miled him.
Next, you're going to tell me this, and he basically did his whole game plan.
Yeah, and that was impressive.
He was like, oh, because you think it's this book, and then let me guess, you're probably going to say this from this other book. Like,
yeah,
you're just going to quote books all night.
Yep.
It's just like
okay. Yeah, and did the whole like. Let me know when you actually have an opinion of your own.
Yeah, exactly.
And not somebody else's from a
and
book.
I love the moment where the guy starts talking and then he finishes the quote for him. He's like, oh yeah, and that's when he starts like really going in on him. To me, that's like the 8 Mile scene with
Yes. That did unfortunately breed a generation of dudes who pretended they were smart. They want to be Will Hunting and are in turn just the other guy instead, which is also very funny.
That's okay. I'm like the Ben Affleck character, except without the good looks.
yeah, pretty much. And then immediately after that, he gets the girl's phone number. We see him immediately get it. She's been waiting for a while, and it's just followed up with one of my favorite lines in the whole movie where they're walking out of the bar and they see the dude that Will just berated in a window talking to his friends, and he knocks on the window and he goes, "You like apples?" He's like, "Yeah." And he slams the number on the window and he goes, "How you like them apples?" I love it because it's just he just berated this dude in like the most smart person way possible, and then follows it up with like a school insult.
Yeah,
and it's childish, so funny. It's such a good line too.
The duality of man.
The duality of man, for sure. and Will basically goes on to have like go on a date with this girl and starts liking her.
Eventually.
Yeah, and he starts going to see Robin Williams as a therapist, and
Yeah.
the first time they go, Will does the thing he's been doing to all the other therapists, where he's trying to like pry into their lives and find something to get them to not want to work with him anymore. Yeah. And Robin Williams, he basically like talked shit about his dead wife, and Robin Williams' character put his hands around Will's neck, and he goes, "Time's up," and thinks that's the end of it. And Robin Williams goes and talks to Bill Skarsgård, and he's like, "Hey man, if you can't take it, I get it." And he goes, "No, I'll see him next week." And the next week comes around, and
and I want to mention the reason why he's also like taking liking to this kid is because he sees himself in him.
Yes, that is why
because they're from the same place.
And he doesn't want to give up on him for two reasons. The first one is that he knows Bill Skarsgård looks down on him because they're like old time friends. But Robin Williams met a girl and got married and settled down, and Bill Skarsgård's character did the exact opposite thing, where he pursued the career and was like looking for greatness. Yeah. And so they're like the whole movie, get this, is about trying to let Will pick which one he wants to do. That's the whole movie.
Yeah, because they're both pulling him in
they're both directions. Pulling him in. Well, yeah. I would say Bill Skarsgård is pulling him into a direction definitively, and Robin Williams' character is going, "There's
okay
another
if you don't.
choice, and it's cool if you don't."
Yeah.
That's so. Yeah, I guess I would say they're pulling him in different directions. And so the next time that they meet up, Robin Williams goes, let's go outside, and then sits down and goes, "Let me guess, this is the type of person that you are, is you're just a kid, and you're not getting to me because you're just a kid. You think you know everything, and you don't and that's fine." Yeah, you like quite literally said, "You don't know shit."
Yeah.
And you're going to lash out, and you're going to be a little baby about things, and you don't want to grow up, and that's fine. And that's fine if that's what you want. But I'm here to help you figure your shit out so that you don't turn into just a kid who quotes things from books, because that's how smart he can show other people he is." And that got to Will so bad.
Yeah. He had his
so bad.
He had his number, and he did not
so
like
bad that for the next 2 weeks, all he does is silent treatment the entire hour.
Yeah. Robin Williams, what's his character's name? Do you remember? In the movie. But he really got Will's goat. And
he really got him. And
he got his goat.
Good.
He was
Sean.
not happy about it.
His name
Sean. Yeah. He got his goat.
Got him so
He
good.
was so irate about it. He wanted his goat back immediately.
So they play hardball, and Will sits there and stares at the clock for a whole hour. And so Sean takes the clock away. And they sit there for as long as Will can take it without knowing that there's an end to it. And then he starts talking about himself a little bit, and then the time's up.
Yep.
And they have to come back the next week, and the next week after that, Will starts opening up a little bit more to the point where the time's up, and Sean goes, "That's time for the day," and Will's like, "Oh well, what do you mean? What do you mean we're done today?"
Oh yeah. He's starting to like it.
Yeah, and in the meantime, he's starting to go spend more time with this girl, and I think it's good time to point out that the relationship progresses so much that she's planning on leaving to go to California, and wants to have him come with, and that scares him to death, and so he lashes out.
That's a big commitment.
It is a big commitment.
Who has never made any commitments.
Yeah. And he's been hiding his actual past, like that he's an orphan and lives in a shitty house with his orphan brothers, and that's the life that they live. And he's been hiding that from her. And so he's like, you don't even know who I am. You don't even know what you're asking, and you don't want this.
Yeah, because he struggles being superior to people with his mind because he's gifted.
Yeah.
But also feeling inferior because of his upbringing, because he didn't have a mom and dad who loved and cared for him. He didn't have a nice house and, the kind of access to just, a good life like other people have.
And so he's scared of commitment.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the next session with Sean, and he's talking about all of these things, like how the professor wants him to get a nice job and do whatever. And Sean goes, well, what do you want? And he just goes off on a list of like, this is what people expect from me and whatever. And Sean goes, and I'm asking you what you want. And he goes, what do you want, Sean? What gets you up in the morning, huh? Is it your wife? He goes, no, he said, what gets me going right now is working with you. He goes, what you gave up? Like, what? This is all that you have? And he said, I had my wife.
Yeah.
And now she's gone. He said, yeah, it's gone. She's gone, and you cashed in. You cashed in instead of playing another hand. You didn't fucking man up and cash in another thing. And so Sean gets up and he goes, time's up. Time's up for the day. And he goes, no, fuck you, time's up. What do you mean time's up? And he goes, if you're not going to give me an answer, you're going to bullshit. Oh, no. What it was is so what do you want then? He goes, I want to be a sheep herder. I want to herd sheep on land. And Sean said, okay, time's up. Get the fuck out. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, if you're just going to sit here and bullshit me, there's no reason for you to be here.
Right.
So I'm not bullshitting you. I'm just I'm telling you what I want. And he goes, you're going to sit here and you're going to blow me at about a bunch of answers, and you're going to not answer a simple fucking question.
I'm going to bring this up when you watch Role Models and Jalen's character, when she says, hey, can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Yeah, it's literally that. It's literally
that. You know what? After this, I'll show you the clips of
and Will was like, what the heck, man? I thought we were friends. I thought we were hanging out. And he's like, we're not friends and we're not hanging out. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, I'm your therapist.
So get out.
Yeah.
Which was another brilliant power play. Because then he leaves and he figures out that this was basically
at this time Will thought that he had his go back, and then he realized that
he doesn't. He's sitting here, and that whole conversation is basically Robin Williams going, "You can't have it both ways. You need to pick.
Yeah,
you can't have it both ways. Do you want fame, success, and whatever, or do you want the girl?" And Will sitting there going, "You had the girl and you lost her." And Robin Williams goes, and what do you have?
Yeah.
You have the choice and you're choosing what?
Yeah.
Neither?
Fair.
Because that's a great choice.
Right.
Get out of here. And so that Will starts to realize that he may have been an asshole to everybody.
It's starting to dawn on him.
And instead of going to the interviews set up at these really important companies, he sent his friend who's just hustling people for $70.
Oh yeah,
which is awesome.
Oh yeah,
and it works.
He's asking for a retainer and stuff like that.
Yeah, he said you can retain my decision for $75 cash. They're like, oh, we don't really have any cash. And he said, Guess I'm on to the next one. I'll make my decision somewhere else then. Well, I got $50 in my back pocket. So good. Very funny scene. And then we do get the scene with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon where Ben Affleck does my favorite thing. Where he goes, my best part of my days are the 10 seconds from me walking from the car to your front door because maybe you're not there today.
Yeah, because he's still like, not sure. Yeah. He's not sure about the girl.
He's actually, like, he said, "I like." Have a fight? Yeah, they did. They broke up because he didn't want to commit.
Because she said, "I love you," and he got pissed.
Yeah, he got pissed about that.
Yeah, he did not handle that very well.
And he was hanging out with Ben Affleck, and he was like, "Dude, you have so much of an ability to do things." And he goes, "What's wrong with laying brick?"
Yeah.
He said, "There's nothing wrong with me laying brick, that's for sure. But you've got something that I would kill, that any of us would kill to have, and you're wasting it laying brick."
Yeah.
So he lays down that hard line, which is basically like, I'm your friend, and I want more for you.
Yeah.
Like if you were gone tomorrow, I would know why, and that would be the best day of my life.
Yeah.
And so that opens up Will's eyes a little bit to how much he is fucking everything up.
Yeah.
And so he starts
and I want to say this, it's great because you can hear whoever you want say the correct thing to you. Mm-hmm. You can hear it a billion times, but sometimes it's just that one person who says it at the in the right way at the right time.
And that was the right way for sure.
Yeah, and it was the time that he needed it because he was just so torn between these two things that were presented to him, and he thought he was choosing friends and family, and he was he was really
Chucky
choosing
said
the easy way out.
And Chucky said, "You're not making a choice. You're just doing the same thing you always do."
Yeah,
and it's not a choice.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's
very good, very very well done. And so Will does come to the realization that he is just kind of fucking up. Bill Skarsgård and Robin Williams have a bit of a meltdown at each other, where he's like, "You can't choose." Robin Williams' character is like, "You can't choose the life for this kid," and Bill Skarsgård's basically going, "Watch me." Like, he could have everything that I wanted and more.
Yeah,
if he just chooses this path.
Yeah,
and Robin Williams is like, you always looked down on me for picking my wife.
Yeah, which
instead of doing what you're doing and being miserable about it.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about this is we're seeing the main story being played out two different times between two different characters. Yeah. So, Will and his his brother
and fighting over the opportunity for success.
Yeah.
And then Robin Williams and Bill Skarsgård doing chasing the success looks like.
And that's such a tough thing because it's about perspective and values, right?
Yeah,
because
which is why it's difficult.
Skarsgård's like, no, like I'm right. And he's not right, but he's also not wrong.
Because it is a choice.
It's his perspective and what he values.
Because in that end, he's unhappy, and in the other end, Chucky's unhappy.
Yeah.
So, what's the right choice?
Yeah, and sometimes that's what it is. It's not a matter of right and wrong. It's about perspective.
Yeah, what will make you happy is the thing.
Sometimes it is about what's right or wrong.
Sometimes it is.
But not this case.
Yeah. And I do like that the whole point of Robin Williams' character is that he chose love. He chose to settle down with his wife, and he lost her, and he still makes that choice every day, every single day, without fail. Yeah. Knowing how it ends, he still chooses that one. Yeah. 10 times out of 10. Yeah. Not even 9.
Yeah, but you know what? There's another aspect. There's another layer of it too, because and this is one part that speaks to me specifically, because regarding my family, it's like there's this, from Robin Williams' perspective, it's, you feel this, you have these feelings of, I don't understand why you're looking down on me and you think you're better when I made the right choice.
Yeah, when I've obviously made the right choice for myself.
Yeah. And I'll say this. I mean, I'm not going to get into all of it, but I kind of feel that way about my family. Like, they look down on me for certain things and things that I do that they think are wrong, and I know that they're not wrong, but it is very tough to be judged and to be looked down on when it's like, I know that I'm right. I know that I have a wider perspective than you. Like, I've been proven right about my worldview in the past. You acknowledge it. But now we're just further down the line, many years removed from the time that it first happened.
Yeah.
And I'm yet again have the wider perspective, am actually right. But from your perspective, you think you're right. And because of that perspective, you're judging me for it. So I feel like that's another aspect that I kind of connected with this Robin Williams character. Is like, he's dealing with this. It's like, if I were him, like, so just think about my situation. I'm like, it's crazy that you guys are looking down on me and judging me for this one. I'm in the right here. You're wrong. Like, your conclusions and your perspective, like, your understanding has led you to a wrong conclusion. And because that wrong conclusion, it gives you this superiority complex over me when you look at me, because I'm not doing those things that you think are true when they're not, even though you say they're true. And that's, I think, Robin Williams' perspective is like, it's crazy that you're judging me and looking down on me when I made the right choice and you're the wrong one. You know what I mean? And so, but so that's what I say. Like, in my case, I would say, yes, there is right and wrong, and they're wrong. But in the movie's case, like, it's a matter of perspective and values. You know what I mean?
It's what makes each character the happiest.
Yes, I think the struggle in my case is like, if we say we care about the same thing, but your conclusions are wrong because they're based off of something not true, then we don't value the same things. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's the difference between being right and in your own mind versus being actually right. And so, but in this case, it's opinion, and it's just perspective and values. So, but I get Robin Williams' feelings, like, on a personal level.
So they have that fight. Will shows up at the end of it, and he goes, "Hey, I'm sorry if I caused that." And Sean goes, "Nah, that's old stuff. Don't worry about that. That's old stuff." Yeah. And this is basically the last time that he and Will get to interact, because he knows that he's just gonna be fired, go from whatever it was. Yeah. And so he leaves some parting knowledge with the boy, which is basically do what feels like you won't regret it later.
Yeah. And he's made his decision, I think.
I think he also has made the decision. Yeah. And Will leaves, and I think that's when he calls her, and
I think so.
And immediately hangs up after hearing her voice, and then doesn't call back. And then his friends are like, "What's up with that?" And he's like, I ran out of quarters. We know he made his decision. Yeah. And it's like the day that he's supposed to go and take a big job, and Chucky goes to his door like he does every day, knocks on the door. Will doesn't answer. He looks in the window. His bed's made. Everything's neat, tidied up, but he's not there. And Chucky, like, for a moment gets that, like, oh my God, it's the day. It's happening. It's the day. And before Will leaves, he leaves a note at Sean's door.
In his mailbox, yeah.
In his mailbox. And he said, sorry I didn't say bye. I had to go see about a girl, which is what he told Will. He told his friends when he met his wife.
Yeah. And
then we just see him driving off.
Well, and Robin Williams' character says,
he stole my line. Yeah. Which is great.
Which was an actual...
Yeah, he did.
But it wasn't in the script, though.
No, but it's good. It was a good ad-lib.
Yeah, because I think that was the first time that he read the note. I think, if I remember correctly, because I've heard that story.
That's how he learned the ending of the...
Yeah, and that was his... He just said that, and they were like, "That's so good," and they kept it.
I like that a lot.
If I'm correct. If I'm not correct, put it in the comments and correct me.
Either way.
But it's
great moment.
Yeah, like, if that's the story, that's so cool that, like, that's how I read it, and he was just cool. Like, he stole my line.
But it was good. Good Will Hunting.
Great movie. Great movie.
Hey, full-time MFers. You like this video? You sure did. If you liked it, maybe you should share it with your friends. Maybe like the video and subscribe.
If we were you, that's what we would do. If I was watching this,
I'd be all over that.
And I'd hit that share, and then I would hit that subscribe in that order.
Yeah. There's also another video that's popped up. YouTube thinks you like this one, so you should watch that one now.
See you next time.